after the attack outside Delhi's Red Fort, Jammu and Kashmir police have stepped up vigilance. My colleague Mehraj Ahmed brings us a ground report from Srinagar where officers are inspecting shops under the new security plan. Here's a detailed ground report.
दिल्ली में हुए लाल किले ब्लास्ट के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस जो है वो ज़मीनी स्तर पर काफ़ी सतर्कता बरत रही है और आए दिन जो है वो रेड्स और चेकिंग की जा रही है। विशेषकर अभी 3 चीज़ों पे जो है वो चेकिंग जो है और ये कोशिश की जा रही है जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस द्वारा जो डाटा जो कह सकते हैं कि जो कंजप्शन है वो कई एंटी नेशनल एलिमेंट्स के द्वारा तो नहीं जो है पर्याप्त की जा रही है। और यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि गैस के जो आउटलेट्स हैं उनमें विशेषकर जो है डाटा खंगाला जाता है कि आखिर अगर कोई व्यक्ति ज़्यादा कंजप्शन में या ज़्यादा मात्रा में जो है गैस की जो है जो अपनी जगह पे सप्लीमेंट को जो है वो प्रोक्योर करके रखता है तो कहीं ना कहीं जो है ऐसे ही जो है हम श्रीनगर में एक जो है एक आउटलेट पर है सुरक्षा कारणों से हम जो है प्रॉपर जगह नहीं बता सकते, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं जो है जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस की ये कार्रवाई जो है विशेषकर इसी चीज़ को लेकर है कि जो मंसूबे कहीं ना कहीं दिल्ली में थे आतंकियों के वो कहीं ना कहीं कश्मीर में ऐसे मंसूबे ना बना रहे हो और उसको विफल बनाने के लिए ये जो ऑपरेशन है एरिया डोमिनेशन ऑपरेशन के चलते ऐसे जो है छापेमारी यहाँ पे की जाती है। पूरे कश्मीर की बात करें तो 3 जगहों पर जो है विशेषकर 3 जगहों पर या दुकानों पर जो है विशेषकर ऐसे छापेमारी देखी जा रही है, जिसमें अगर हम फर्टिलाइज़र्स की बात करें विशेषकर अमोनियम नाइट्रेट और हार्डवेयर की दुकान पे जहाँ पे ऐसे केमिकल्स मिल सकते हैं जो इनफ्लेमेबल नेचर के हो सकते हैं, और तीसरा ऐसे ही गैस रिफिलिंग आउटलेट्स पर जो कि कहा जा सकता है कि जो जल सकते हैं या विस्फोट कर सकते हैं। ऐसी चीज़ों पर ख़ास तौर पर जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस की नज़र है और ऐसे ही आउटलेट्स को जो है उनमें डाटा जो है वो खंगाला जा रहा है।
Now, a major security breakthrough has also been witnessed along the line of control in the Handwara-Naugam sector. Security forces have busted a terror hideout deep inside the Nirian forest area near the LoC. Acting on specific intelligence, Handwara police and the Naugam brigade of the Indian Army launched a joint operation uncovering a major cache of arms and weapons. The seized arsenal includes 2 M-series assault rifles and 4 magazines, 2 Chinese pistols with 3 magazines, 2 hand grenades and multiple live rounds. Officials say the recovery points to a large haul of weapons that may have been intended for a significant terror plot. A case has now been registered and further investigation is underway. The police, along with the Army's brigade, is now trying to ascertain who this hideout belonged to, whether there were any overground workers who were operating out of it, and where did these arms and ammunitions come from. All of this is now under deep scrutiny, but these are the pictures that we have accessed from the seizure of this terror hideout that was busted along the line of control. Shifting our focus to West Bengal, viewers, a political storm is erupting in Mamata's West Bengal because what we are about to show you is not a fringe voice. He is a sitting TMC MLA. He is Mamata's very own, openly declaring that a Babri Masjid foundation stone will be laid on December 6th, the very date etched in India's most sensitive communal history. And once again, Mamata Banerjee's government stands accused of using religious fault lines as a political currency, and this just ahead of the assembly elections. And make no mistake, viewers, this isn't governance. This is a calculated provocation, a deliberate attempt to polarize in an election season, and Mamata's TMC isn't even hiding it anymore. Listen in to the provocative statement made by Mamata's very own.
बाबरी मस्जिद का शिलान्यास होगी 6 दिसंबर। स्टेट का मेरा नेता सब लोग को संहति दिवस भी उद्यापन होगी। मैं यहाँ का बेलडंगा में एक बाबरी मस्जिद 3 साल के लिए काम चलेगी, इसीलिए उनका भित्ति स्थापन होगी। मुस्लिम लीडर लोग सब आएगी, मुस्लिम जो जाने वाने वाला है, जो कुरान हदीस, बड़ा नाम बाद में आपको ऐलान कर देंगे।
Viewers, the backlash is explosive and scathing because BJP is staring into Mamata Banerjee, and it has called this the highest form of minority appeasement politics ever witnessed in West Bengal. The Saffron Party alleges Mamata isn't building West Bengal, she's building vote banks brick by brick, and that too using Babri Masjid as the mortar. That's not all. BJP also says that TMC is playing with fire and pushing Bengal into dangerous communal tensions only to stay in power. It has called this nothing but appeasement pro max.
6 दिसंबर के दिन पर बाबरी मस्जिद बनाने की मांग और बात टीएमसी के कंट्रोवर्शियल विधायक हुमायूं कबीर कर रहे, जो हिंदुओं को डुबाना भी चाहते थे भगीरथ में, जिनके कई सारे ऐसे विवादास्पद बयान हैं। तो इसी से पता चलता है कि हिंदू को दो गाली, लेनी है वोट बैंक की ताली, ये है इनकी तुष्टीकरण की प्रणाली। इसीलिए एसआईआर का मुद्दा, सीए का मुद्दा, वक्फ का मुद्दा, उसके ऊपर भी किस प्रकार से ये करते हैं दादागिरी और दंगा वाली राजनीति।
Scotches, Congress tries to distance itself from the religious fault line altogether, refusing to be dragged into temple-mosque wars, which the TMC has now started. Congress says India needs jobs, education, healthcare, not political parties weaponizing faith like what TMC is doing under Mamata Banerjee's regime.
बड़ा स्पष्ट है, हम रोजी रोजगार, शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, सुरक्षा, महिलाओं की बात करते हैं, किसानों की बात करते हैं, मजदूरों की बात करते हैं, समानता की बात करते हैं, एकजुटता की बात करते हैं, संविधान की बात कांग्रेस पार्टी सदैव करती है। और मैं समझता हूं कि इन्हीं मुद्दों पर चुनाव का पैमाना होना चाहिए, इन्हीं मुद्दों पर आकलन होना चाहिए।
And viewers, this is where TMC and Mamata's politics stand today, not on development, not on governance, but on weaponizing religion harder and faster for the sake of votes. December 6th, a date that should have been handled with sensitivity, is now being dragged back into the political battlefield by those who treat communal wounds as election strategy. In her bid to retain power, Mamata's TMC isn't healing Bengal, it is reopening old scars and calling it leadership. And if this is the new model of politics, then the countdown to 2026 assembly polls won't be about ballots. It will be about how brutally emotions and also religious events can be exploited for political gains. Moving on, 4 people were shot during a holiday tree lighting event in Concord, North Carolina on last evening. Concord police say the gunfire broke out around 7:30 p.m. along Union Street near Corbin Avenue, just steps away from the center of the annual tree lighting ceremony. Major Patrick TNA has said that emergency personnel from Concord Police, Concord Fire and Cabarrus County EMS were already positioned at the event and responded instantly. 4 people were taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds. 3 are in a very, very critical condition and 1 is reported to be stable. Investigators are now reviewing the video from the event and interviewing witnesses as the search continues for the man who opened fire at this particular event. Police say more information will be released as the investigation continues to progress, but there's an atmosphere of panic at that particular venue in North Carolina, where a tree lighting ceremony has turned out to be very, very violent.
Can't go no goddamn where, man.
Viewers, a shocking new WHO report reveals that more than 20% of Indian women aged 15 to 49 faced intimate partner violence in 2023, and nearly 30% have suffered such abuse at least once in their lifetime. Globally, the picture is just as grim. 1 in 3 women, nearly 840 million, have experienced physical or sexual violence by a partner, a number that has barely changed in over 2 decades. And the report also highlights that 8.4% of women worldwide have faced sexual violence by a non-partner. And in India, that figure is around 4%. WHO Chief Dr. Tedros says that violence against women remains one of the world's oldest and most pervasive injustices, emphasizing that no society is truly safe or even fair if women live in constant fear. Released ahead of the International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women on November 25th, the report warns that the progress is far too slow and the goal of ending such violence by 2030 remains out of reach. Covering 168 countries, the WHO review tracks data from 2000 to 2023, painting a very stark picture of a global crisis that continues largely unchanged. And 2030 is the target that they have set, but Tedros says that the target is far from reach.